We're in for a long night here in Michigan. But we're used to that being in Michigan, right? That's what happens. But we know there's still a lot of votes left to count. And so we're going to hang in there while we count those votes. But now I'd like to introduce you to someone that is not only a lifelong friend of mine and someone who I care immensely about, but a tireless champion for our entire state. I'm fortunate to have grown up with her and have spent a lot of time with her over the years, and I can tell you she has been in relentless pursuit of truth and of justice since she was 13 years old when I first met her. I'm really, really proud of her accomplishments and her service to all of us in Michigan. So please join me in a warm Detroit welcome to our friend, Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, thank you for the raucous crowd down here. Okay, good evening. It's obviously wonderful to be here in the city of Detroit, see a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of supporters, those who came from very far away to join us tonight. I want to start by thanking, first of all, every single Michigander across our state who stepped up to run for office this year, right? It is a very hard thing to run for office, especially local offices. We've got candidates up and down the ballot all over the state right now, waiting with bated breath to see how they did. Their families are waiting, and I just want to thank them for stepping up. It is a very weird lifestyle to run for office, so I appreciate them. I know all too well how difficult it is in this day and age, particularly to put yourself forward, especially for things like school board and city council and clerks. These roles are more important than ever before. So I just want to applaud those Michiganders who stepped up to run. Please help me thank them. I have a lot of people that I need to thank tonight. I want to start with my family who's up there. In particular, yeah, we can clap for my family. Thank you. In particular, I want to thank my dad, Kurt, and my stepmom, Carol, the greater Slotkin, Singer, and Ross families who have supported me from day one. You all saw my nieces and nephews out here giving the Pledge of Allegiance. And I want to recognize my late mom, Judith Slotkin, who never saw me run for office, but who would be thrilled to be here tonight. I want to thank my congressional team, led ably by Alexa Stannard, who I saw somewhere over there. And then, of course, my amazing campaign team, all of our tireless volunteers who have worked so hard to get us over the finish line. There's a lot of our super volunteers here tonight. In particular, I want to thank who I think is truly the best manager in the business, Matt Hennessy, best campaign manager in the business. You can't have him. You can't have him. He has ably led what I believe to be the most talented setted campaign business in the entire country right now. We are watching that unfold as we see it. I want to thank the union leaders, the advocacy groups, those who understood that it takes a village in order to win in the state of Michigan. I also want to recognize my biggest champion in this race, and that's Debbie Stabenow, Senator Debbie Stabenow. She is the definition of pure Michigan. She has quite literally dedicated her life to serving the state at the local, state, and federal level. She's been in service for 50 straight years. And as the first woman ever elected at the federal level for the state of Michigan, I owe her a huge debt of gratitude that I can never repay, and women of Michigan cannot repay. She put up with an enormous amount of crap. Enormous. So, we always knew that this was going to be a tight race, and that is exactly what we are seeing unfold in front of us. There are a lot of votes left to count. This happens in every single election. I've had 3 tough elections, and we're here till the wee hours of the night. So my message to you all is to get some rest, hunker down. We've got a long way to go. But I want to talk for a moment about where we are in general and where we go from here. Michigan is a big, diverse, beautiful place that has given so much opportunity to so many people, and that is something that we should all be deeply proud of. If you can do big things in Michigan, you can do big things in the whole country because we are a microcosm of the country here. We are home to Democrats, Republicans, and independents, and everything in between, and that's not going to change anytime soon. We are on this boat together. It has been a very long, very heated campaign, but over the next few days, the results will come into focus, and the task before us will be to come together, to reach out to people we may not always agree with, to focus on our future as a state and as a country, because no matter how passionately we disagree, first and foremost, we are Michiganders. We are all Michiganders, we are all Americans, and we got to move forward together. We're all in this boat together. We have had difficult periods in our history before, right? We all know that our politics have been really divisive for good better part of 7 or 8 years. But it is not the only time that we have had tough divisive periods in our history, right? If you go back through history, you can see these chapters one after another where Americans were fighting each other, were frustrated with each other, were tense with each other, and it was right that people said to themselves, how will we go on as a nation? But every single time we have gotten through those periods with two things: engaged citizens and principled leaders. Every single time in our history, we've had citizens who just do a little bit more than they're used to doing because they're concerned about their country. And then you've had principled leaders ready to receive the ball and do something about it. Just by being here, so many of you have worked so hard in order to help our state, the country you love. You are engaged citizens, and I thank you for that. And I will do everything in my power to be the principled leader you deserve, whatever the results of the election tonight. So thank you for your time, for your energy. Get some sleep. Try to process through. Don't just scroll and scroll and scroll. Like, we're going to know tomorrow on a whole bunch of things. But for now, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. It has been the greatest honor of my life to be the nominee for U.S. Senate in the state of Michigan, the state I love. And I cannot tell you how positively I feel, no matter what happens, about the future of our country. Because I've seen people step up, I've seen people operate, I've seen them take a hold and just do something with that energy. So thank you, thank you, thank you. To be continued, and I appreciate every one of you. Thanks so much. Thanks, everybody.